Nice to have you back here in this new video. I have been absent on my YouTube channel for quite a long time. The reason why is that I've been working on some new product video. And just stay tuned for these new product and accessories. But in this video, I'd like to focus on the 4 Insta360 360 cameras that have been launched in the year 2022. Because always been asked which one of the 360 cameras is the best, which camera should I get, and why Insta360 launched 4 new camera in the year 2022. In this video, I will try to find it out. And my name is Yijing. My YouTube channel is dedicated to 360 photography, video, accessories, and some cutting technology. Now let's get started. Just by simply make side-by-side comparison in between all of these cameras, I think it might be useless. Everyone has their unique use cases, and we have to make deep investigation on different cameras. Including the 1RS 360 mod, 360 camera, the 1RS with 1-inch Leica 360 mod, and the Insta360 X3 is another great hybrid camera, and this Insta360 1RS with modular camera system. Which one of camera is best for me? So in this video, I just want to share with you my personal choice on all of this Insta360 camera on the basis of my personal use cases. You know, I've been fascinated with 360 photography for over 10 years, and I have been experienced with every one of 360 camera in my personal photography use cases. Let's try to be simple. I think this Insta360 1RS 1-inch 360 build, this camera is the best for photography. Yes, you can make money with the camera, and recently this camera, the Insta360 1-inch Leica 360, this bundle set is now compatible with Matterport. Leica 360 mod is part of the 1RS modular system. By shooting with this combo set, it is also possible to switch back in between some other modular lenses in the 1RS modular system. But more importantly, talking about the photo quality, because with dual 1-inch sensor, you really get plenty of light. And you also get a large aperture. It's f2.2. The f2.2 dual 1-inch sensor help you capture plenty of light and generate amazing imaging quality with very low noise level. Surprisingly enough, that even though the lens structure is very thick, but the stitching quality looks pretty impressive. I didn't quite get the idea, but this Insta360 you have make a lot of optimization in the stitching quality. So I have been shooting with this camera in my virtual tour shooting cases, and I also use this camera to capture the low light video. The $799 make this camera the most expensive Insta360 consumer level product. This 21 megapixel, the 1-inch sensor is also capable to deliver pure shot. The pure shot is one of the most fantastic technology in the camera history. And this pure shot technology is built into this camera, so on a mobile platform, you can generate high imaging quality on the basis of single raw capture, and you also get pure shot HDR on this camera. I have made my personal complaint about this camera and the pure shot HDR. Personally speaking, I think the pure shot HDR could be much more better. If Insta360 engineer have made investigation on my previous video on this feature, so by fixing all these issues, this camera could rival that of the Ricoh C2Z1. Not everyone takes 360 photo like me in every day of my life. So if you ever want to capture some amazing star trails, I think you know this 1RS modular system with 1-inch Leica build. This is your go-to choice. Yes, on all of these cameras, I'm trying to capture the star labs. Among all these cameras, this Leica 1-inch build get the best overall imaging quality. So if you want to capture some amazing low light normal capture, this is your go-to choice. And this is the best choice for star labs in your pocket palm size. And needless to say, you also get to capture in pure shot. This combo set is also the ideal candidate for high quality time-lapse photography. And another sneak peek into the future that if you search on the Insta360 website, the online store, this 1-inch Leica mod is now discontinued in the year 2023, which indicates that Insta360 might be working on the next generation 1-inch Leica mod that maybe could even rival that of this one, could make this one even better. So I just so excited about this product discontinue. This indicates that in the future there must be something new and there must be something even much better. With the current 1-inch Leica build, the focal distance, the focal point is one of the pain points. So you just cannot use this lens for everyday vlog. You just cannot capture the sharp portrait within 70 centimeters, and considering it's a big FOV. So this one is ideal for, the video shooting, the time lapse, and long light photography. Next one, let's talk about some action camera shooting scenarios. For action camera, you need a small and compact and robust camera design, and also deliver amazing flow state stabilization. Insta360 in this camera is famous for their flow state stabilization algorithm. So they have implied this technology into 360 camera, in the 4K lens, 4K boost, the 1-inch Leica. Especially, they have a great update on this One RS modular system. I think the One RS with 4K boost lens, this combo set delivered the best overall result compared to the other cameras. Because with the half-inch image sensor, this combo set is capable to deliver 48 megapixel photo and active HDR video. The active HDR video works just fantastic. You can retain a lot more detail in high contrast ratios. And with One RS, is built in, the flow state stabilization has been built inside the core module. And you can literally generate a stabilized footage with active HDR in 4K resolution. If you turn off the active HDR, this combo set is also capable to deliver 4K 60. The battery smooth action camera scenarios. This one is waterproof, the shockproof, and with the latest firmware, the One RS audio quality has also been improved a lot. If you just want to get a GoPro style footage with the most reasonable price, I think the One RS with 4K boost, the single lens edition is the best choice over any other competitors. The best price, the best spec sheet, and the best overall user experience. The twin edition, you get for the Insta360 One RS twin edition, you get the 360 lens as well as a 4K boost mod. So with exactly the same price as GoPro Max, you get two cameras in one. The 360 camera, you can shoot first and reframe later. This one is the ideal choice for the motorcyclist, and the extremes camera scenarios. And this one is also fantastic for a normal lens capture with active HDR. And with One RS with 360 mod, you are able to capture 5.7K. It's equivalent to 1080p after reframe with your app or studio. For the hybrid action camera scenarios, the One RS with twin edition is probably your best choice. But you should also notice that the Insta360 X3, this guy is a 360 camera, but on the basis of a single fisheye lens, this one is also capable to capture 4K up to 4K up to 30 frames per second and 3.6K at 60 frames per second. So this makes this X3 very interesting camera on the market. And this camera is even cheaper compared with the One RS twin edition. So it's really hard to make a personal judgment. But here is my consideration. If you don't want to make a personal compromise in between the normal FOV and 360 point of view, you should definitely choose different lenses for your different content use cases. Because with the 4K boost, it's half-inch image sensor, you get a full sensor readout. You get the maximum video performance compared to the Insta360 X3. Because the X3 and 4K boost has exactly the same image sensor, but this one is a circular fisheye structure, but this one is a full sensor readout. So to capture normal 4K footage, this one could rival that of the X3. And both of these cameras have active HDR, but this one uses a much more sensor coverage and the best overall result. But the interesting fact is that for the One RS with 360 mode, you don't have active HDR. You can capture 5.7K in HDR, but only in the stationary use cases. So to speak, if you really want 5.7K with active HDR in your action shooting scenarios, the only choice is actually the Insta360 X3. So the 5.7K with active HDR really blows your mind away. That makes this camera maybe the ideal camera for the ski resort. This one is actually a hybrid camera, but this camera do make a little bit compromise on a single lens shooting, because by cropping in the half-inch image sensor, you just cannot get the same video quality compared with the 4K boost. But another interesting fact is that the X3 delivers a single lens, just like Insta360 Go 2, but with a much better performance. So you can rotate, you can make horizon lock in a single lens shooting, but with a 4K boost, you don't have the horizon lock. It's really hard to make your personal judgment. And for the horizon lock on the One RS module system, surprisingly, the 1-inch Leica, because with the 5.7K video, you get maximum horizon lock to plus and minus 45 degrees. So actually, and this one also have a much larger field of view compared with the 4K boost. So if you really want horizon lock, you can try this 1-inch Leica edition. So, but overall, in the action camera scenarios, the Insta360 really have make a very deep investigation and just try to explain to you my personal experience. And if you ever want the best performance in every tiny little areas in the action camera shooting scenarios, because for action camera shooting scenarios, you can also divide into different subgroups. If you want to achieve the best performance in each one of the subgroup, you might get your personal choice. The best hybrid 360 camera is definitely the X3, and the best camera for 360 HDR shooting is the X3. The best camera for the normal footage, normal capture, the GoPro style footage with active HDR at its best quality is the One RS with the 4K boost. And the best camera for action camera with the best camera candidate in action camera subgroup with normal GoPro style field of view and still maintain horizon lock is the One RS with the 1-inch Leica. For the action camera scenarios, you can purchase an integrated 360 camera, and it's also capable to deliver single lens, but you can also purchase an open architecture design that is open to upgrade in the future. You must have to very precisely identify your shooting scenarios and to get the best choice in every one of the subgroups. Next one, let's talk about the everyday vlog. For everyday vlog, sometimes for these customers are not that really hardcore, but they still care about the real quality, and they care about the video quality and the audio quality as well. Personally speaking, I think this Insta360 X3 is probably the best choice for everyday vlog. Actually, I use this camera for my everyday vlog for quite a long time, and I carry with X3 every day in my backpack. The reason why is that this camera has the best audio quality. So with 4 microphone pickup array and the beamforming technology. So in the 360 shooting scenarios and single lens, this camera delivers the premium, probably the best audio quality in the Insta360 camera history. So for every vlog, the audio quality I think it's even more important compared with video. You are sharing your personal stories. So your story come from your throat. It's not from your background. So the audio, I think I concerned with audio as the number one in my everyday vlog. And next one, I don't want to make that much compromise in the video quality, and I don't really care about the waterproof, dustproof. I mean, I think if the camera is weather resistant, it is capable to capture everyday vlog. So all of this camera is ideal candidate for everyday vlog, but overall, so I normally shoot with a single lens. I mean, the single lens, the giant touchscreen, this makes this camera the ideal camera. I normally use this front lens. This is the rear lens. I use the rear lens and this giant touchscreen as my live preview. So this camera looks like a phone in my hand, and I use a single lens shooting on the basis of this personal style, or just like that. And I can capture at 4K 25. I don't care too much about the. I need a camera to capture in 4K resolution. I don't really have to capture in 4K 60. So a camera to deliver 4K 25 is good enough for my everyday vlog. The audio, the screen, and the video quality do really matter in my everyday vlog. So in this shooting scenario, I think the X3 is my best candidate. Look at this screen, the 2.29-inch touchscreen, much larger compared with the One RS, and also could rival that of this 1-inch Leica. And the price is very reasonable, especially if you purchase a camera with my personal link. You also get a free selfie stick. If you already have your One RS motor system, I think yes, this One RS with the 4K boost is still your go-to candidate for everyday vlog as well, because you can also flip the screen and capture in 4K active HDR. You know, with this lens, you can capture a better video quality with a better sensor coverage in the 4K boost. But one of the minor drawbacks on the One RS modular system is that the audio quality is not that great compared with X3. With X3, you don't have to use an external microphone. I mean, you don't have to use external microphone. The onboard microphone is great enough. But for the One RS, I think it's still need to add a mic adapter and use a wireless microphone system to help you capture the best audio quality. But still, I think some internal parameter differentiate this setup with X3. For X3, I think engineer really put a lot of energy, a lot of efforts to improve the audio quality. This definitely make this camera very impressive in audio. If you're a commercial photographer and already have this the Insta360 edition, I mean this one also deliver a premium audio quality, especially if you vlog with the microphone on the other side. This one has 3 microphones, and this camera achieves the best audio quality when you vlogging with the front lens. This is a front lens. If you want to know more about the real-world shooting test, you can refer to my in-depth review. Next one, let's talk about some very specific use cases. It still matters in some friends, the shooting scenarios. I mean, for the motorcyclist, I think probably the X3 is the best choice, because the size and weight just matters most. This camera is way too much heavy on your moving platform. In these scenarios, I think the X3 is the best overall perform. The X3 will deliver the best overall performance by the size and the weight, the compact, and at the same time, the X3 is an integrated 360 camera that you can finally put a giant battery in the battery slot. So the X3 has the battery performance in long-term shooting. And I've been shooting with this camera for over 15 minutes with a single charge. under the sunlight. This camera is hot, but it's still working. It's very reliable after the constant firmware upgrade. And the second candidate is the 1RS with the 360 mode. It's a modular design. But for the motorcyclist, this definitely will give you the best overall performance. For the motorcyclist, I recommend to put a wireless microphone system with the camera and a cold shoe mount adapter on the side. It's really hard to prevent the wind noise with onboard microphone. That's the reason why you need an external microphone input or a lavalier microphone input. Definitely use extension arm, the motorcycle bundle, and I recommend to get a vibration damper on your motorcycle, just to help you protect your camera in long-term shooting. The vibration damper will make your camera be less vulnerable to the shock mount on the road. So definitely use this combo set, and I recommend Insta360 to create a real combo set for the motorcyclists, including the vibration damper. I do have come across with very unique use cases. That is a documentary. The documentary does care very much about the battery performance. So personally speaking, I use the 360 camera in the documentary cases for quite a long time, and I need a large battery with high performance, long-term running stability. So in that use cases, I think the Accessories is capable, and the 1RS with a boosted battery base is also another great choice. Because in that use cases, when capturing 360, I need a long-term shooting with long enough battery performance. I just don't understand why Insta360 have discontinued this boosted battery base, but this boosted battery base is really so much powerful. It delivers almost twice as much as the battery performance compared with the 1RS, the normal battery base. And this accessory has great optimization in the battery performance, so which also make this camera very stable in long-term shooting in documentary use cases. And both of these cameras support shooting while charging. Okay, next one is low light video performance. For low light video, the sensor, the amount of light really doesn't really matter. So the 1RS with a 1-inch 360 edition could rival all of the other competitors. This is the only 360 camera with dual 1-inch sensor and still perform full sensor readout when capture video content. That is the reason why in the low light performance in the low light video shooting, this camera could definitely rival that of the Ricoh Z1. I always shooting low light video with this dual 1-inch sensor and the 1RS 1/360 edition. And if you want to ever capture a single lens low light performance, I think you might probably consider this one, this 1RS with the 1-inch Leica, because I've been wondering the next generation of this lens module. So definitely you can stay tuned for some further update from the Insta360 engineers. It's not that large aperture compared with this one. This one has an aperture of f2.2, which makes this camera capture plenty of light. It's really complicated to give you a very clear answer about your personal choice on Insta360 camera. So in this video, I have divided into 5 different use cases: photography, action cam, everyday vlog, some very unique motorcycle and ski resort, and the low light performance. Let's wrap up for my personal recommendation. For 360 photography, yes, definitely this 1-inch 360 edition. And for a single lens photography or time lapse, the 1RS with a 1-inch Leica is still one of the best. And in the action camera scenario, is really complicated. You know, I have even divided this 5 into different subgroups. If you really want 5.7K active HDR, the Accessories is your only choice. And if you really don't want to compromise on a single lens shooting, I mean the 1RS with twin edition is your go-to choice. And if you don't want to compromise on a single lens shooting, the 1RS with 4K boost and 360 mount, the twin edition is your best choice. And if you really do want to capture the best performance in the GoPro style footage, the One RS with 4K boost is the best choice. I mean, for every vlog, the Accessoires is my go-to choice by the unparalleled audio quality, joint screen, and the single lens 4K capture is making this camera, and horizon lock as well. Yes, this is the ideal choice. And for some very specific motorcycle ski resort, I think this Accessoires and the One RS with 360 mode, both of these cameras are great enough. Definitely put on a vibration damper in long-term use. And for low light video performance, yes, 360 shooting, this guy. For a single camera, single lens, this one. And I also have discussed a documentary use cases. The One RS with boost battery is probably the best choice, and the Accessoires is also great enough with a joint battery and a long-term shooting performance at a maximum 81 minutes continued shooting. I think you really have to identify your personal content creation and choose one of the camera that best suits your need. I do hope this video might be helpful to you, and if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to thumb up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Talk to you soon. See you next time. Bye. And stay tuned on my new videos and some new Insta360 accessories. Bye.